We often judge things without even realizing it. When we see a stranger walking down the street, we may think, that person looks kind, or that person seems rude. When we hear someone's opinion, we might say, that is right, or that is wrong. Our minds are constantly making judgments about people, situations, even about ourselves. But what does it mean to practice non-judgment? Simply put, it means to observe without labeling something as good or bad, right or wrong. It does not mean ignoring reality or refusing to think critically. Instead, it means seeing things as they are, without immediately attaching our opinions or emotions to them. Imagine you are looking at the sky. You see dark clouds forming. Your mind may say, it's going to rain. That's bad. But in reality, rain is neither good nor bad. It simply happens. Some people may find it inconvenient, while farmers may welcome it. The judgment exists only in our minds, not in the event itself. Why is non-judgment important? When we judge, we create unnecessary suffering. Suppose you meet someone and immediately think, this person is annoying. That thought affects how you interact with them. You may become irritated, defensive, or distant, even before they say a word. But if you approach them without judgment, you may discover kindness, wisdom, or something unexpected. Non-judgment also helps us be kinder to ourselves. Many of us judge our own thoughts and actions harshly. We think, I should not have said that, or I always make mistakes. These judgments create stress and self-doubt. But if we observe our actions without harsh criticism, we can learn from them and move forward with peace. Practicing non-judgment does not mean suppressing thoughts. It means noticing them without holding on to them. When a judgment appears in your mind, try pausing for a moment. Instead of reacting, simply observe. Ask yourself, is this thought helping me? Is it based on truth or just a habit? Non-judgment is not a goal to reach. It is a practice, something we do again and again. With time, it brings clarity, peace, and a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Judging is natural. Our minds are constantly evaluating, comparing, and categorizing things. But why do we do this? Why do we judge people, situations, and even ourselves so quickly? One reason is survival. In ancient times, humans needed to make quick decisions to stay safe. If a person saw a wild animal, their mind had to judge immediately. Is this dangerous? Should I run? Even today, our brains work the same way. When we meet someone new, we unconsciously scan their face, voice, and body language to decide, is this person friendly or not? Another reason we judge is because of social conditioning. From childhood, we are taught what is good and what is bad. We learn from parents, teachers, and society. We pick up ideas like, successful people look like this, or a good person should act like that. These beliefs shape how we see the world. Without realizing it, we judge based on cultural values, personal experiences, and even media influences. Judgment also comes from insecurity. Sometimes we judge others to make ourselves feel better. If we think, that person is lazy, we may feel more confident about our own hard work. If we say, that person is wrong, we feel more certain about our own opinions. Judgment becomes a way to protect our ego, to make us feel safe and superior. But there is a problem. Judgment limits our understanding. When we label someone as rude or foolish, we stop seeing them fully. We ignore their struggles, their experiences, and their potential to change. When we judge ourselves harshly, we trap ourselves in negativity. Thoughts like, "I'm not good enough" or "I always fail" prevent us from growing. So what can we do? The first step is awareness. Notice when you judge. When you think, "That person is annoying," pause and ask, "Why do I think this? Is it based on truth or just my habit?" When you judge yourself, ask, "Would I say this to a friend? If not, why say it to myself?" Understanding why we judge helps us move beyond it. We can replace judgment with curiosity, openness, and compassion. Instead of saying, "That person is difficult," we can ask, "What is this person going through?" Instead of saying, "I am a failure," we can ask, "What can I learn from this?" Judgment is automatic, but awareness gives us a choice. When we understand why we judge, we begin to free ourselves from it. Now that we understand what non-judgment is and why we judge, the next step is to practice it in daily life. This is not something we achieve instantly. It is a lifelong practice. But with small steps, we can develop a more open and peaceful mind. 1. Notice your judgments. The first step is awareness. Throughout the day, pay attention to your thoughts. When you find yourself judging someone, pause. Ask yourself, "What am I assuming? Is this really true?" The goal is not to stop all judgments, but to become aware of them. For example, imagine you see someone dressed in a way you don't like. Your mind might say, "That person has bad taste." Instead of believing this thought, notice it. Then let it go. See the person as they are, without labels. 2. Replace judgment with curiosity. Instead of judging, be curious. If someone is acting in a way you don't like, ask yourself, what might be happening in their life? Maybe the rude driver is rushing to the hospital. Maybe the angry cashier had a difficult morning. This doesn't mean excusing bad behavior, but it helps us respond with understanding instead of frustration. When we replace judgment with curiosity, we become more patient and compassionate. 3. Be kind to yourself. We are often our own harshest critics. We think, "I shouldn't have made that mistake," or "I am not good enough." Instead of judging yourself, try self-compassion. Treat yourself like a friend. When you catch yourself thinking, "I failed," reframe it. Say, "I'm learning." When you think, "I'm not good enough," remind yourself, "I am doing my best." The way you talk to yourself shapes your peace of mind. 4. Practice. Mindfulness. Mindfulness helps us see things as they are, without judgment. A simple way to practice is through breathing. When you feel a strong judgment arise, take a deep breath. Observe the thought without reacting. Let it come and go, like a cloud passing in the sky. You can also practice mindfulness in conversations. Listen fully when someone speaks, without preparing your response in your mind. Just be present. This reduces judgment and deepens understanding. 5. Accept people and situations as they are. Not everything needs to be labeled as good or bad. Some things simply are. Instead of thinking, "This traffic is terrible," try, "This is traffic." Instead of saying, "That person is annoying," try, "That person is acting in a way I don't understand." Acceptance does not mean we ignore problems. It means we stop resisting reality and respond with clarity. When we accept things as they are, we free ourselves from unnecessary suffering. The path of non-judgment. Non-judgment is not about being passive. It is about seeing clearly. When we stop judging everything, we find more peace, more kindness, and more connection with others. So today, start small. Notice your judgments. Pause before reacting. Be curious instead of critical. Be kind to yourself. With practice, you will see the world and yourself with new eyes. Practicing non-judgment is not about becoming perfect. It is about becoming aware. Every day, we have opportunities to notice our judgments, to pause, and to see the world with more clarity and compassion. Some days, it will feel easy. Other days, old habits will return. That is natural. The key is to keep practicing. Just like a river smooths a stone over time, non-judgment softens our hearts and minds, bringing us greater peace. When we stop judging, we begin to understand. When we stop labeling, we start seeing. When we let go of unnecessary opinions, we make space for kindness. And in that space, we find something deeper, a connection to ourselves, to others, and to the present moment. If this message resonated with you, I would appreciate it if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps more people find these teachings, and it allows me to continue sharing them with you. To those who always support with likes, subscriptions, and super thanks, I am deeply grateful. Your kindness makes this journey possible. May your days be filled with awareness, understanding, and peace. Thank you for being here.